Karen's patrol slammed me into a fence, then froze when the FBI rolled up. I didn't expect to be bleeding on my own lawn that Tuesday morning, but I also didn't expect the HOA president to weaponize her neighborhood patrol. My name is Elijah Green, and I train tactical response teams for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I've worked on active shooter drills, hostage rescue simulations, and security threat assessments nationwide. But when my wife and I moved to Briarwood Estates to be closer to her parents, all I wanted was peace. We found the perfect house at the edge of the development, nestled between forest and fence line, big enough for my wife's garden, quiet enough for my late-night reading. It seemed perfect until Karen Whitlock, the self-appointed queen of the HOA, declared war on our existence. She didn't like that I parked my government-issued vehicle in the driveway, or that I did resistance training in the yard, or that I installed security cameras that she claimed were invasive and non-compliant with aesthetic ordinances. I tried to be polite, declined the mandatory HOA social, paid the fee, attended one meeting, but that was enough for Karen to brand me uncooperative. She ran the neighborhood like a compound, hired her own private security patrol, outfitted them in surplus gear, gave them walkie-talkies, and called them community enforcement officers. They were nothing more than retired mall cops and weekend warriors. But Karen treated them like a paramilitary force. One of them, a bulky guy named Trent, once told me I was pushing the boundaries of passive resistance. I should have reported them then. Instead, I ignored the veiled threats, the bogus citations, the warnings for non-flag compliant display when I flew the stars and stripes on a black pole instead of silver. Then came that morning. I was out back, adjusting a motion sensor on the fence, when I heard boots crunching on gravel. I turned and two of Karen's patrol guys were already in my yard, shouting, "You're in violation of Section 14(1), barked. "Step away from the device," the other added, hands twitching toward what looked like a taser holster. I stood up slowly. "You're trespassing," I said calmly. "This isn't common property." That's when they lunged. One grabbed me by the collar. The other slammed my back against the fence so hard the post cracked. I hit the ground hard, shoulder first. For a split second, all I saw was sky. And then, black SUVs, tires screaming, doors flying open. Real federal agents moved like a wave badges out. Weapons ready, voices sharp, hands where we can see them. Drop everything and get on the ground. Now Karen was mid-sprint from her porch, yelling, "Stop, they're authorized. This is HOA protocol." Agent Jules, my former student, ignored her and read the trespassers their rights on the spot. My wife rushed out crying. I waved her back, blood running down my cheek. One of the agents helped me up. "We were 10 minutes out when you hit the panic trigger," she said. "Good timing," I said hoarsely. They just made the worst career move of their lives. Turns out, Karen's patrol had no license, no legal authority, and no background checks. Worse, they'd been detaining residents, issuing fake citations, and uploading private surveillance footage onto a Discord group called Order Keepers HOA. I didn't even have to build the case. The FBI had already been investigating her. I was a consultant on another HOA fraud operation, and Karen's name came up 3 weeks ago. But I hadn't expected to become part of the evidence. The fallout was swift and brutal. Karen was charged with conspiracy to impersonate law enforcement, harassment, assault via proxy, and obstruction. Her patrol team, every one of them got booked. 2 had prior violent charges. The community was horrified. People who once stayed silent suddenly found their courage. I watched the neighborhood change in real time. The HOA board was dissolved. A federal oversight committee was invited to help restructure community management. Karen's security budget was revealed to be embezzled from community improvement funds, pocketed under fake maintenance invoices. My fence was rebuilt. Neighbors I'd barely spoken to brought casseroles and apology cards. And the best part, at the next town hall, they voted unanimously to name the new community park Agents Green. After the hearing, one of Karen's former defenders approached me. "You know," she said, eyes lowered, "I thought you were a threat. All that gear, the car, the cameras, I nodded. That's what Karen wanted you to think. But all I ever wanted was a safe home. She smiled weakly. Well, thank you for showing us who the real threat was. Sometimes justice doesn't come in loud sirens or drawn guns. Sometimes it comes with a fence rebuilt, with neighbors awakened, with silence shattered. And sometimes it comes a few seconds after a Karen makes one swing too many. The end.